you wouldn't mind, just some opening thoughts.
Yeah, I thought that we really shared the ball. I made the extra pass. That's how that's the only way we're going to get threes, because Connecticut chose to not help off of Brooks or Davis. But once we got penetration, we always made the extra pass we could find them. We have a fast and steady rule that if you get an offensive rebound, you dagger. What dagger means is you get it, you kick it out. That's another way for us to get threes. But with Davis and Brooks, they're three very elite three-point shooters. We have a lot of confidence in them. When teams, stay stuck to them in the half court, then we have to be a little creative on how we can get them shots. I thought we missed them some in transition. But I was just really pleased the way we started out the second half. Offensive rebound, dagger, stops, push. Then in the half court, we decided to lift our four-man and just play a middle pick and roll because they were not going to help off the corners, and that allowed Giroux to get downhill. That's it's not a hard decision on our part.
Questions, please?
Coach, could you talk about the play of your bench? I think you outscored 42-9, and you had the guys other than Giroux were 10 for 10 from the floor.
Yeah, we've been we're deep. I don't know that probably our most talented kid is Giroux. He sat out last year, and then this year he missed the first 9. I think it was the first 9 games. So it took him a while to get going. And he's still not there yet. I see him in practice every day do some things that he hasn't quite let himself do in games. But Cedric Alley started our first 8 or 9 games, maybe, can't remember. No, how many games did we win in a row to start the year?
13. So
he started our first 13 games. I think you're wrong. I think we've won more than that to start the year. Anybody want to take a stab at it? Maybe 15? Huh? How many was it? 15? 15. And you said 13?
I believe I said
13. Yeah. So he started the first. So now he's coming off the bench. So you got Giroux coming off the bench, Alley coming off the bench. Gresham and Harris is part of a triumvirate at the 5. We have to start somebody at the 5. Any of the 3 can start. Gresham started earlier in the season. I think he did. So we're deep. We have 10 guys that all can play. Davis has been our best player this year, and I feel comfortable with him on the floor. But I feel comfortable giving all our guys minutes. Hinton's a freshman, but he had 14 against LSU. He had 14 against Oregon. In our bigger games, Hinton has played well. He's a really good freshman.
Coach, can you talk about Dublin Carlton in the post? You seem to take him out of his game. He's been playing pretty well.
Yeah, I think the way we call it monster, which is on the pass. We try to get to the middle with our trap, if you will, and the other big guy's responsibility is to take away the spin, which is the baseline, and then we rotate or match up out of it. We've been pretty successful doing that, but they did a good job. Instead of they quit throwing it to him on the block, they were hitting him on the roll. And we weren't doing a good job from that weak side, taking that roll away. But, that was a really good adjustment for Danny and his staff. That was really good. Instead of throwing it on the block, they just got him on the roll and called us late a couple of times. We've been pretty good at that here lately, is helping on rollers. Cincinnati comes to mind. We were good. We were really good at that last Sunday, but not very good tonight. But this time of year, I can't remember who we played 4 games ago, but we had this stretch coming up. We're at Central Florida, Cincinnati at home, at Connecticut, at Tulane. I think we have 4 games in about 10 or 12 days, and now we have to go to Tulane. We get back 3 o'clock in the morning, and then we leave Saturday to fly to New Orleans and play Tulane. But then we have a bye week. So our kids have improved. We keep getting better. We did a lot of things tonight that we can get better at. But Connecticut's kids really played hard. They've got Vital is a tough kid. I love rebounding guards. I always have. And Carlton gives them an inside presence, 5 offensive rebounds tonight. Pauly made some threes. Wilson's going to be a good player. I like him. His athleticism is going to be a factor. They got a lot of good young players. It's just a matter of time for Danny gets this thing going.
Any special message or adjustment at halftime that got him off to that hot start for the second half?
You know, we always kind of script our first 2 or 3 out of halftime. But the big thing is let's not get caught playing in the half court. You know, forget our plays, go make a play. You know, and that's, we got caught up looking at me too much tonight. Don't look at me, go make a play. I thought the first team of Galen, Corey, Armani, Fabian, and Breon. You know, Breon came out and made a nice post move. We ran a special baseline out of bounds play where we got the ball to Breon. He scored on that. We got the ball on an offensive rebound, kicked it out for a 3, and then all of a sudden our defense got going. And when we get going, we can be pretty good.
You got hit with a shot clock violation with like 2:48 left or so, and it looked like UConn had a possible run out there. Did you? It looked like there was time left. Did you hear the explanation for that from the refs?
No, that's a terrible rule, though. Even if it was 0 on the clock and the horn went off, they should just continue play because that's the penalty to the offensive team. I don't remember an explanation. That's a good question. I don't know why they stopped it, especially if there was time on the clock. Might have been an inadvertent whistle. Who knows?